Hey, what's up everybody? You want to be a millionaire? Do you want to make $1 million? Well, I'm about to tell you how in this video, so stay tuned and don't move. So, right before we get started, let me get this out of the way. I'm making this video based on a question that someone asked me on Quora.com, where they asked basically, hey, I want to make $1 million. And I want to do it in a way that shows the world on my blog. He had a blog, and his name was Bashir. It's hard to explain. I'll write it down in the description. But he asked me this question, and so I figured what better way to answer this question than with a video talking directly to you, because for some reason earlier today when I went to answer the question, he deleted the question, so I couldn't answer him on Quora. So I figured I might as well make a video, link it on Quora, and hopefully he gets it. And maybe I'll, message it to him so I can make sure he gets it. Anyway, so before I get into it, I want you guys to make sure that you are subscribed to Wallet Reset. Make sure that you hit the bell so that you can get notifications. And if at any time during this video I say something that blows your mind, give me a thumbs up. So now I'm going to get right into it. So this morning, as I said, I was about to answer this question. The question got deleted, and so I have to answer it on the video. But you are watching this because you want to learn how to make $1 million. Now I will go ahead and tell you up front that I'll tell you two things. So number one, I am not a millionaire currently, all right? That's why it's called Wallet Reset. As a matter of fact, the reason why I call my channel Wallet Reset is because I got up to $500,000. My life kind of just had this, it was a very dramatic time. I'm sure I'll tell you about it more in the future, but got a divorce, went through a whole bunch of stuff. I ended up basically just kind of like leaving everything. And so what Wallet Reset is actually for is to show you guys my journey to get back to where I was and past where I was. And so just want to make sure that I'm transparent up front so that no one thinks I'm telling you how to do something that I have not at all done, right? And I want you to know that what I'm telling you is not advice, right? This is number two. This is not advice. I am not a financial planner. I'm not an accountant. I'm not an attorney. I'm not anything that you should base all of your decisions on, the words coming out of my mouth. You should always, no matter who gives you the advice, always, always, always do your own research so that you are making good decisions for yourself. All right, now that that's out of the way, let me tell you guys what to do to become a millionaire, all right? To make $1 million, I should say, right? So earning $1 million was the question, right? So I assumed that he was what they call an average American, even though he wasn't American. I think he was from Sweden or London or something like that. So the average American makes just under $60,000 a year. Expenses is just about $45,000 a year. They have less than $1,000 in savings, and they have anywhere between $500,000 and $32,000 in their retirement fund. So yeah, they don't have a lot of money to be playing around with, and so in either case, this is what I would tell people to do. But if you make more money than that, you can subtract one or two things that I say. All right, so what I kind of summarize it as is you only need to know 4 things, right? You need 4 steps in order to just follow these steps and become a millionaire within a certain amount of time. It's however fast or however slow you decide. But step number 1 is if you are the average American, you have to improve yourself. So improve yourself meaning like you have to work on your psychology and you have to work on a skill set. right? Multiple skill sets actually, but I say start with just picking one skill set. Now, before I get into what kind of skill set you can pick, psychology, very, very important. And most people overlook the psychology. But you have to understand something is that if you have never earned $1 million, it has nothing to do with the fact that you just had bad luck. It's all about how you think. People who make more money tend to have a different thinking process that leads them to different decisions. So if you have never made $1 million before, you have to work on your mindset, which is something that I constantly do. So I'm not telling you anything to do that I haven't done there, obviously. So once you have your mindset figured out, right? Because if you don't, you're going to do something stupid and you'll end up starting Wallet Reset Part 2, right? So don't do that. But what you need to do is focus on getting your mentality right. And once you have started that and you're starting to work on yourself and get to the point where you feel confident in yourself and your ability to actually hit your goal, right? Now you want to work on your skill set. So skill sets are important because the skill sets help you to make more money that doesn't necessarily involve you selling your life, meaning giving your time for money, getting a job. Right? Selling your life is literally what you're doing if you get a job. And it's okay to have a job, right? As long as you're passionate about that job and it's something that moves you towards what you actually want. But don't sell your life for something you don't want to get money to pay bills. First and foremost, if you're doing that now with the one job you have, you need to look for something else. So anyway, the skill sets that you need, there's various ones, but I'm only going to really talk about 2 right now, right? Number 1 is you have to learn how to sell, right? Most people hate sales. Most people are scared of sales. Most people hate salespeople. And that's why you have to learn sales, because sales gives you the opportunity to control your income. What I did when I first started out, before I started building any wealth, is I took a very, very ridiculously embarrassing sales job where I sold toys outside of convenience stores for a charity, believe it or not. Now, you may laugh, you may think that this is like, what? But you can actually make decent money. They actually made pretty decent money once you get to the point where you're good at it. Now, I wasn't good at it at the time, so I went from that job to another sales job to another sales job until I could finally do well with sales. And my sales job, I think, I was actually in car sales, and that's when I kind of hit my stride and I got better at selling and was doing pretty good. So, learn sales. Next, you need to you need to know how to market, right? Marketing is a art form and a skill, and it's something that you're going to have to learn how to do, period. So you might as well put sales and marketing next to each other. Once you learn those 2 things, you really do have the keys to most of the stuff that you need. All right, so now that we got number 1 out of the way, number 2, right, and this is important, is be ridiculous about cutting your expenses. But hold on, right? Because I say cut your expenses, and it's important that you understand what I mean specifically when I say that. So we have 2 different types of expenses, right? Or really multiples, but I'm only going to break it down to 2 so that you guys understand what I'm talking about, because obviously you can't not pay for water or not pay for lights or, stuff like that. We have expenses that are distraction based and waste based, right? And then we have, on the other side, we have expenses that are fun and that we need to, for example, I have a girlfriend, and me and my girlfriend do a date day every 2 weeks on Fridays. So tomorrow is going to be our date day. She doesn't know this, but I'm taking her horseback riding. But So dates, so stuff like that, if you're in a committed relationship, cannot be avoided. So please don't cut out things that are important to the health of your relationship, to the health of your family, to the health of yourself. All right. Even if it's only mental health is important. All right. So don't cut out the good stuff, the fun stuff that you actually get value from. But what I do want you to cut out is the things that distract you and the things that are wasteful. One of the things that I noticed that I was wasteful about with my spending when I started doing this is I would go to the gas station and buy snacks, right? Just out of the blue because it's like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. And I also noticed that, that was pretty much it. Just snacks and fast food. That's the other thing. And what I did is I started to say, you know what, I need to, the problem isn't that I'm spending money. The problem is that I'm spending money impulsively on snacks and food and stuff like that. So what I did is I started to eat before I leave home or grab a snack on the way out. All right, so what I did to find out where I was spending my money is I used a website called mint.com. Right, mint.com is awesome because all you have to do is link it to your accounts and it tracks your bills, it tracks your income, your expenses, it even tracks your net worth. Okay, so I'm gonna link it in the description. Go ahead and get started with Mint. It's free to start, so just go ahead and do it. Why not, right? But once you get Mint set up, it's gonna track your spending. Now, what I did is I didn't change anything. I just linked Mint to everything I have and then lived life. And then a month later, I checked it again, saw how my spending went, and now I basically just went through and said, okay, I'm spending a lot of money here, spending a lot of money here. I'm not really doing as much here, and this is what my amount out a month would be if I cut out this type of spending. And so it really shows you very quickly how you can save money. And the good thing is that once you start saving this money every month that was wasted, you can get into step number 3, which is you want to invest 20% of your income into either a business or income producing real estate. And I would actually say you should do both, right? Now, here's the reason why I say that. You cannot, like realistically speaking, you can save $1 million if you make it, like if you make $40,000, that $1 million is going to go through your hands in your lifetime. So you can technically save $1 million, but you will be so uncomfortable that you will sidetrack yourself, you will derail simply because it's painful. It's much easier to focus on growing your income, right? And really just saying, okay, well, I'm going to do this business, or I'm going to do real estate, or I'm going to do this business, take the profit from that, and whatever is left from the profit that doesn't go back into the business and doesn't go, to me doing something for my family, goes into the business. And like I said, it should be 20%. I would say 20% is the minimum. My real goal over time is to get to the point where I can save 70, 80, 90% of my income, albeit that means that my income has to expand drastically. One of the great things is that you can start a business very quickly and easily. And if you have never seen any of my videos, or if you're new to my channel, I have something for you in the description. It's called Starters Formula, and it's a course that I give you to show you how to start step by step. You just watch over my shoulder, you go through and follow along what I did, you got a business up and running, and it can actually make its first sale within 48 hours, 2 days, right? So there, you have something to actually get started with. If you are like, oh, I'm not really the business type, I would say then you need to focus on investing in real estate. Now, not real estate investing the way that it's taught through like a lot of books and seminars and stuff like that. I mean, like, you just have to collect money, right? Save that percentage that you're going to save. And then every time you get to a certain amount, 20, 30, 40,000 in the bank, throw it in the bank, or throw it into a real estate deal that gives you income. I didn't say this in the article, but I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not do a one single family property. Okay, if you're gonna get rental income, do it with multifamily. It's much safer. But I'm not going to go deeply into that because I want you to check out a website called biggerpockets.com. So Bigger Pockets is a great place where you can learn all about real estate. You can learn different ways to mitigate your risk to make it somewhat safer for someone who doesn't know what they're doing to get started with investing in real estate. And the good thing about Bigger Pockets is that they have like forums and stuff like that where you can ask questions, which leads me to number 4. Number 4 is you need to build a network, right? The simple answer is this: people make money. You want money. You need to help people so that they can pay you money. And that's as simple as it is. If you want to grow your income, helping people make money will help you make money. So I am not going to tell you everything about how to network because I feel like this video is getting a little bit long. If you want to read more about it, I have a post on my site you can go to by clicking the link or one of the links in the description. Okay. And that's about it, guys. So if you've learned anything, make sure you hit the comments, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, not the comments. Well, you can tell me what you learned and what will you actually be implementing, right? What will you be implementing from what I just taught you? Hopefully this has been something of value to you, and I'll see you guys next time. This is a very simple video, right? Hopefully you guys liked it. See you next time.